We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Hello and welcome to Daily Journal Newsbreak for Thursday, September 21st. I'm your host, Chris Kiefer. Remember, you can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. Watch us at thejournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. Let's start with today's weather forecast. Today we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a high of 91 and a low of 69 and a 20% chance of rain. Friday, partly cloudy, high of 90, low of 68, 20% chance of rain. Saturday, partly cloudy, high of 89, low of 68, 20% chance of rain. And Sunday, you guessed it, partly cloudy, high of 89, low of 66, 20% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at today's top headlines. The Tupelo Public School District's crisis management team met Wednesday to discuss changes to its crisis and safety plan. At the meeting, members talked about active shooter situations and the use of 911 radios during emergencies. They also discussed best practices during tornado warnings in light of last month's weather that had local schools in an emergency situation for hours. TPSD has one district-wide crisis plan, but each school has its own individual plan as well. One security change made this year was the addition of a new security entrance at Tupelo High School. The district also is considering adding one more school resource officer at THS and increasing the use of 911 radio, which will provide a more reliable channel for communication during an emergency. We've got another thing you can blame on the tight budget in Jackson. Those license plates featuring B.B. King's legendary guitar Lucille will be staying around for at least another year. The Mississippi license plate featuring the phrase "Birthplace of America's Music" was introduced in October 2012. It replaced the Biloxi Lighthouse plate that debuted in 2007. The Mississippi Department of Revenue was scheduled to release the new license plates in October, as it does every 5 years. But Communications Director Kathy Waterbury told the Sun-Herald newspaper that the legislature did not approve funds for the reissue. Waterbury said she does not know when the state will release a new plate. She said that is something the department will take up with the legislature during the next session. Changes are coming, however. In January, the state will move to 7 characters on the plates. That will replace the current style with 3 letters and 3 numbers. The new 7-character tags will be issued to those getting a new plate. That is primarily those buying a new vehicle. Tupelo Mayor Jason Shelton's administration is pursuing a highly competitive grant intended to spur innovative solutions to urban problems. Some 555 cities across the nation have entered Bloomberg's 2017 Mayor's Challenge. Through it, 35 cities will win $100,000. 5 cities will win $1 million, and 1 city will win $5 million. To compete for grant funds, cities must propose a program or initiative that tackles an urgent need with innovative solutions that can be replicated in other areas. Tupelo's application will seek funding for an effort to partner with local mentoring organization Real Men Stand Up and create a robust after-school center that remains in operation throughout the evening. The city hopes to significantly reverse upward trends of youth violence by offering concentrated, sustained services to at-risk youth. Ideally, Tupelo would use grant funds to obtain a building and centralize mentoring efforts, life skills classes, homework assistance, and other educational classes. And in sports, ICC beat a top 5 team last week. It'll try to pull the trick again tonight. The Indians are coming off a 27-24 victory against then number 5 Northwest. They travel to number 1 East Mississippi tonight. Both teams are 1-0 in North Division play. EMCC comes in averaging 484 yards of offense and 51.7 points per game. The Lions are coming off a 59-0 victory over Northeast. ICC coach Sean Cannon said his team has been practicing fast this week in preparation for East Mississippi's up-tempo offense. The Indians' defense is led by defensive back Devin Hollis. He had 18 tackles against Northwest and was named the MCJC Defensive Player of the Week. ICC is giving up 33.7 points per game while scoring 33 per game. That does it for Newsbreak on this Thursday. Don't forget that this show is just one of the many online offerings, courtesy of the Daily Journal, that gets you news off the page and on the go. Look for a new podcast from the Daily Journal about the Leochi case. Emma Kent takes a fresh look at the unsolved disappearance of the 13-year-old girl from 25 years ago. Search for Open, the Case of Leochi in iTunes, Google Play, and other podcast apps to subscribe now. And look for new episodes on Sunday. Also, look for the Daily Journal's Double Coverage podcast later this afternoon. Beat reporters Logan Lowry and Parrish Alford will discuss the latest on Mississippi State and Ole Miss sports. You can find it in iTunes, podcast apps, or at doublecoverage.djournal.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at djournalnow and give our Facebook page a like. Each story discussed today on Newsbreak can be found in your Daily Journal or online at djournal.com. That's where you can find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Kiefer. Have a great Thursday.